Cloudy in the whole region. The same weather condition will prevail until the morning, where there will be a drop of some degrees to reach 21 to 23 degrees. Next, let's go to the southwest region, where light showers are expected in Manfe and Mundeba this evening. And in the morning, it will be cloudy in the whole region, as you can see. Let's end now with the littoral region, where it will be cloudy in the whole region with no chance of precipitation. But in the morning, showers are not expected either, but clear skies will dominate only in Douala. Ladies and gentlemen, with such weather condition, I encourage you to take good care of your growing maize. Have a good night. God bless you.
That was the weather forecast with C3 Production.
As leader in third-generation audiovisual content, C3 Production offers you tomorrow's solutions today. Digital video production and broadcast, data-less e-learning platforms, virtual and augmented reality. C3 Production, mastery of innovation. Even perfection evolves.
Mobile telephony, changing lifestyles in Cameroon 20 years after the mobile phone stormed its way into the country, as the respective technological mutations compete with each other in terms of gadgets and digital savvy. Cameroon ambitions to hit the 5G network that is expected to shape smart cities of the future and disrupt the way people live and work, but just how soon? That's the question. Telling the tale of national integration in Cameroon from a musical platform, the case of the bottle dance of the grass fields, which is now breaking regional and cultural bounds and becoming a music that is danced nationally and across cultural appeal. Those are our lead stories. Hello, thanks for joining us. I am Ben Menopofong, and this is the 7:30 News.
Je vous exhorte de nouveau à porter vos masques, à vous laver régulièrement les mains et à faire appel à un médecin ou à tout autre personnel de santé au cas où des symptômes apparaissent. C'est le seul moyen de préserver les vies et de freiner la propagation du virus.
You're welcome once again. Cameroon is today celebrating 20 years of the mobile phone, which has contributed enormously to the digital transformation in all sectors of society and brought about development and economic progress. At an international conference organized on this occasion in Yaoundé today, Post and Telecommunications Minister Minette Libom Lilinkeng highlighted the glaring opportunities mobile phones have brought, urging mobile network operators to help develop the local digital industry in the country by supporting digital startups through facilitating the interconnectivity of their platforms. 20 years of mobile phones has also been full of challenges like cybersecurity, the minister stated, stressing that a national cybersecurity policy was direly needed as the country now looks forward to launching the next wireless standard, that is, the 5G network. Their features and mobility have made them an essential part of everyday life, from being our alarm in the morning to our GPS, music player, and even camera. We are talking there about the mobile phones. The power of the cell phone has even caused previous important technology to become non-existent, all of them systematically replaced by an app in the phone. Ever since the first models came into Cameroon 20 years ago, mobile phones have quietly changed lives and habits in the country. Cynthia Sabtala has been observing the trend and reports that, hate them or love them, mobile phones have revolutionized lifestyles and are currently dictating the pace in the social, economic and political spheres of the country.
Its appeal comes from the freedom it provides, being able to communicate with anyone, found anywhere in the world. From luxury item reserved for a privileged class to mass subject facilitating communication for all, the handphone is today essential for most Cameroonians.
Nowadays we have mobile data, so we can have access to the world by our smartphone. Many Cameroonians have the ability to build their project, to learn by internet, to propose their services abroad.
From the time of the Motorola brick to the smartphone, the economic impact has been enormous. A 2016 report from the Telecommunications Regulatory Board indicates that revenue from mobile phone operators contributed over 3.25% to the GDP.
The first impact is the creation of jobs. The second part is the contribution in tax.
Though countless jobs have sprung around the mobile telephony, experts say it is same for investment opportunities.
We can have a large integration of the population in the financial sector. That will help to mobilize easily the financial institution to finance more efficiently the small and medium-sized enterprises, for example.
20 years now that mobile phones have improved communication, social inclusion and productivity in the territory, and experts add that as technology continues to evolve from 4 to 5G data services, so too is the potential to further impact development.
As we got in that report, technology is evolving and growing at a very rapid pace. It's just 20 years today since the mobile phone stormed its way into Cameroon, and already that technological breakthrough has mutated from the first, second, third and fourth generations, and today the talk is about the 5G or fifth generation technology. Beatrice Law Samban now plunges us into the future of the 5G network arena and figures out just how life would be in that age.
The Internet of Things. Experts say this is the appeal of the fifth generation network, 5G.
Imagining that we have 5G in Cameroon, we will now have very fast data rates on our mobile and other access devices. Almost everything will start becoming intelligent. You have a fridge that can understand that your food has a problem. If you're trying to lose weight, your fridge should be able to tell you how many calories are in your fridge. 5G can give glasses to blind people, driverless cars that are possible with 5G.
It sounds like a digital transformation countries might not be ready just yet for. Cameroon says it wants to look again before it leaps.
Those last 5 years in Cameroon, we moved from 3G to 4G. This brings many challenges. We need to master them before thinking about moving to 5G.
Infrastructurally, the country has walked a mile to 5G.
We have 4 submarine cables that are running not even up to 50% of capacity. So in that connectivity, we have a lot of capacity. We also have about 20,000 kilometers of fiber covering the whole place, and almost every big city in Cameroon has a fiber ring. It's the backbone. The next thing now is the cell sites.
And 5G is an ambition Cameroon nurtures to expand its mobile ecosystem into new realms.
They are not just one of the leaders in mobile telephony technology, but are one of the brand names in digital and technology development on the globe. They are the Huawei Group, who are now becoming one of the Cameroon government's most trusted partners in the development of the country's telecommunication and digital infrastructure. The president of the North Africa Bureau of the group, Terry Hay, came calling on PM Joseph Diongute today, coming along with a consignment of video conferencing equipment to boost the government's capacity in ICT use for work organization. Star Building correspondent Christian Chiatam reports.
The visit of the Huawei senior-level executive, Terry Hay, to Cameroon is his first after taking office as president of Huawei Northern Africa. The audience with Prime Minister Joseph John Goute falls in line with efforts to intensify high-level contacts with Cameroonian authorities and reaffirm Huawei's commitment to work with the government in promoting new information and communication technologies. Coming within a context marked by the persistence of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Huawei official thanked the government of Cameroon and presented a gift of 20 units of their latest video conferencing equipment to help the government in its everyday work.
I take this chance also to donate 20 sites of intelligent video conference system. Its name is Huawei Edu Hub. It is intelligent video systems which can connect it with the cloud and also can take the efficiency for the government. So we would like, by this kind of the start, that we can do more things to help the government to do the digital transformation in this ICT area.
The latest video conferencing equipment presented by Huawei come to add to the 100 million francs offered by the company to help Cameroon's efforts in containing the COVID-19 pandemic, her collaboration with other partners in the country to acquire COVID-19 vaccines for Cameroon, and the training of 525 students and 39 lecturers on ICT development this year. The president of Huawei Northern Africa reassured Prime Minister Joseph John Goute of his company's commitment to working as a strategic partner of Cameroon towards the attainment of the 2035 vision of economic takeoff.
Thank you.
While voicing gratitude for the show of concern from Huawei, Prime Minister Joseph John Goute reassured the visiting official that the government is open to working with all partners of goodwill for the development of Cameroon.
In our special May 20 package tonight, we focus on roads as vectors not only of development but of national integration. At independence, Cameroon prided itself on less than 100 kilometers of road network. But today, that number has climbed to over 120,000 kilometers. The air and rail transport sectors are equally receiving some degree of attention. Joyce Kimbi-Fawajo reports on how these infrastructural developments contribute in consolidating national unity.
At independence, Cameroon was very poor, limited and enclave as concerns transport infrastructure. Mobility across the country was obstructed by natural obstacles, rivers, lakes and inaccessibility. At that time, the use of ferry or boats were elitist. 61 years after, the picture could be compared to that of the day and the night. The road network has moved from about 100 kilometers to about 121,000 kilometers, with about 8,000 kilometers tarred across the country. The novelty, the construction of motorways is going on in Cameroon. These updated road network are fashioned to ease linkage and unity between all the regions and its people. An example is the construction of the ongoing Bachengan-Tui Yoko-Lena-Tibati corridor to ease movement between the northern and the southern parts of Cameroon.
The state decided to build this road to link the South Cameroon to the north, which is the third opportunity to the user of the road to go to the north. And it makes us benefit around 150 or 200 kilometers as you pass through west or to east to go to Gaoundere.
These infrastructure have permitted an accelerated development of terrestrial transport. Meanwhile, air transport has not been left out. It has taken off with the construction of 7 airports in 7 regions out of the 10. Rail transport has also made its mark. All these investments as concerns transport infrastructure has eased mobility between Cameroonians from one part of the country to another, togetherness and above all reinforced national unity.
Cameroonians on the whole and public servants in particular are being encouraged to see themselves as agents of national integration. The building of national unity, experts say, is eased when citizens develop the likeness to serve or live in places away from their own areas of origin. Mukwele Prince Willa Duma reports on how the movement of state personnel across the length and width and breadth of the national triangle helps reinforce the sense of nationhood in citizens.
A good number of the country's close to 300,000 civil servants have lived the transfer experience.
I started working in Yagua in the far north region of Cameroon. Then from Yagua I was transferred to Kumba. I'm an Anglophone. I come from the Widikum area. From Kumba now I came to Yaoundé.
Besides job imperatives, interaction with countrymen from either the Fangbeti, Sudano-Sahelian, Grassfield or Sawa blocks is a discovery.
As I went up north, those who are around me, they learned too much from me. My dressing style, some saw cocoyams for the first time. I translated cocoyams. My landlady asked me that, what is this? I said cocoyam. I said, what do we do with it? Do we chew it? I said, no, I boiled it, prepared, and then they came and saw how they eat cocoyams. Their music. We were fond of playing those days Makosa, that were taped down south, but there they had their own music from the north, and we find ourselves living harmoniously.
A policy of wisdom, breaking down cultural barrier walls.
Even if there is a language barrier, we can share things together, we can share food. Food is something that can consolidate national unity. We are Bassa, we are eating food from northwest or southwest. Language cannot be a barrier for us to consolidate our national unity.
The Rolling Stone gathers moss, and when civil servants see themselves as vectors of national integration, national unity thrives at all times.
Regional and ethnic considerations as ingredients of Cameroon's cultural diversity are being hijacked by some individuals for personal interests at the detriment of national unity. The growing phenomenon has turned to hate speech and sentiments of exclusion, with appropriate solutions hard to find. Anglophone talked with some sociologists and anthropologists with whom he now explains such trends from the backdrop of President Paul Biya's concept of communal liberalism.
The acclaimed communal liberalism of President Paul Biya has over the years given way to growing tribal and regional sentiments that undermine national unity.
The ethnic entities makes governance in Cameroon and Cameroon administration really difficult. Difficult because the politicians make use of them for political gains.
The danger is the element of exclusion.
Ethnicity is not a bad thing. The bad one is ethnicism. It's like an illness we have to fight. There is no group that want to disappear. When you are looking, you are yourself in danger. You have to fight to protect yourself.
Whereas unity in diversity is our strength.
We are not only interdependent, we are also brother and sister, but we are not aware of that. First of all, the interdependent.
The remedy of the growing anti-national sentiment is multidimensional.
It is important today to educate population to be tolerant, to be in the another process that the difference is a richness for all of us.
The triumph of cultural diversity over tribal sentiments is for the benefit of both the citizens and the entire nation.
Let's talk about music as an aspect of Cameroonian identity. A rhythm which originated from the northwest region, the bottle dance that is, has crossed the grass fields to becoming an artistic piece danced and loved by music lovers from across the national territory. Nikeng's Sawale, for example, has inspired renowned artists like Longe Longe, who has done a remix and given it a touch that makes for and even better dancing. Beatrice Ngum in the following report tells us the story of a genre of music through which many a Cameroonian now defines their sense of togetherness.
This is the song by the celebrated Cameroonian artist Longue Longue that was inspired by the little-known Ninkeng Sawale from the country's northwest region, a bottle dance brand of music for which the northwest takes credit. It is said that it came from Fernando Po to the Equatorial Guinea via Victoria to the Limbe and Douala before reaching the northwest region, and it was known as the guitar dance.
I know the person who is the original player of that music in the northwest, Pasana. He is the one who originally played it in the late 20s, early 30s. Okay. And other people took over from him.
This song, Live My Life, is by Wara Festus, one of those who promote the bottle dance rhythm nationwide.
Bottle dance, from the beginning, was played using only a box guitar and a bottle. Bottle dance has many dancing styles.
The guitar dance, today known as bottle dance, spreads across the nation, enjoyed by Cameroonians from various ethnic groups.
There are so many artists in our neighborhood who play these songs, all Cameroonians recognizing the same music. People of a certain condition recognize that they are together.
To dance this brand, one must master the steps. And as Professor Ndumu says, dancing involves respecting the command of the musician.
Cooperation between the military and the civilian in the West region is becoming more intricate thanks to the activities of the Rapid Intervention Brigade, the BRIR. Besides peacekeeping, the Special Elite Force is involved in humanitarian services that are largely saluted by the population. Ngo Henry of CRTV West now takes us to the barracks of one of the battalions in Kutaba in the Nun Division of the West region to observe how the BRIR organizes and executes its operations.
The Rapid Intervention Brigade, BRI, in Bafoussam coordinates the activities of the Command and the Service Battalion in Bafoussam, the Kutaba Airborne Battalion in the Nun Division, the Armored Reconnaissance Battalion in Douala, and the Special Amphibian Battalion in Tiku in the Southwest region. Forces of the brigade have carried out this exercise to demonstrate what they do to preserve peace, stability, and the prosperity of Cameroon.
We are involved in the campaign training of the Rapid Intervention Brigade, in which we are due to work with helicopters, which is not our usually means. This is the first time we are working in this type of aircraft.
The forces have also been contributing to ameliorate the living conditions of the population. The commander of the Rapid Intervention Brigade, Colonel Eli Romance Mezuizu, who supervised the exercise, expressed satisfaction and enjoined the forces to continue to ensure civil-military cooperation.
It is worth noting that the Kutaba Airborne Battalion in the Nun Division is leaving no stone unturned to secure Cameroonians. Idris Ele, Ngo Henry for the news in Kutaba.
And members of the Cameroonian contingent that took part in the humanitarian mission to Equatorial Guinea have been knighted with medals of honor. The recipients comprised both military and civilian personnel, amongst whom were staff of the Cameroon Radio Television and Cameroon Tribune. Elvis Teke has the details.
Cameroon's humanitarian mission to Equatorial Guinea has been congratulated by that country's president and rewarded by Cameroon's head of state.
After being received by President Obiangema Mazou, we handed over a significant consignment of various donations sent by our president to support the defense and security forces.
Following their work in the neighboring country, the President of the Republic on May 7th signed a number of decrees exceptionally awarding medals to the contingent of military men and women as well as media professionals who served in a neighboring country within the zone of devastation.
It's a strong signal that the President of the Republic is also sending to the core that we ought to be, like other constructive forces of the nation, active participants in the promotion of peace.
The ceremony to award the medals was also occasion to pay tribute to one of the members of the mission who died during the operation. The minister delegate at the President's Institute of Defense, Joseph Beti Asomo, told the beneficiaries of the medals to be example of Cameroon's image in the area of international humanitarian action.
The creation of the regional and city councils has been a source of hope to the populations of the East region, who describe it as key in bringing development closer to the grassroots. While the regional council is still involved in more of paperwork, the city council, for its part, has embarked on a socio-economic development drive with the execution of projects in the regional headquarters, Bertua. Tala LT reports from CRTV East.
Days after the setting up of the East Regional Council, the structure is slowly but steadily moving on making sure it operates within the confines of the laws on decentralization in Cameroon. Identifying the priorities of the population and how to allocate resources is top on the agenda.
Nous en sommes pratiquement à la fin de la collecte des données.
We are almost done collecting all the necessary data we will need relating to the development and well-being of the region. We shall analyze the statistics and draw plans and projections for the future.
Les axes prioritaires d'action.
The Bertua City Council, on its part, is reaping the fruits of this decentralization process. 1 year after its creation, development projects are being realized every day and new ones still keep coming up.
Today we have solar street lights, newly paved roads, markets, green spaces, traffic lights, all thanks to decentralization.
The changes are palpable on the ground, prove that the city mayor and his team are on the right path to meeting the objectives they set for their 5-year stay in office.
Bertua must reflect the image of Cameroon, which is rapidly metamorphosing thanks to decentralization. When we took over the helm of Bertua City Council, we did promise to make it a futuristic town. We want Bertua to be a town that attracts tourists and investors.
It is true that the East Regional Council's work at the moment is still on paper, but the population are hoping that once this paperwork is done, giant projects will start sprouting across the region.
Despite our efforts, COVID-19 plunged many families into mourning and seriously hampered the functioning of our economy and society.
Health professionals have been expressing satisfaction at the impressive turnout of Cameroonians for vaccination against COVID-19, a turnout that has been attributed to the ongoing sensitization on the importance of the vaccine. And this is what Baldwin Sama and his guest, Dr. Andreas are discussing tonight at the Public Health Emergency Operations Center here in Yaoundé. Hello, Baldwin.
Good evening to you, Ben Menopofong. It has been outlined as one of the measures to break the contamination chain of the coronavirus, and there has been this impressive turnout so far for many Cameroonians who've turned out and have had themselves vaccinated against COVID-19. Why this mad rush for the vaccines these days? Let's discuss that tonight with our guest, Dr. Andreas, who is the Deputy Permanent Secretary of the National Immunization Program. Good evening to you, Doctor.
Good evening, Baldwin.
Why this mad rush for the vaccines these days?
Yes, of course. Cameroon, of course, like the rest of the world, believe in the fact that
access to a safe and effective vaccine will likely be the end game to the severe form of COVID-19. But interestingly, at the moment, research is still being done to know effectively how many doses will be necessary to ensure the transmission is interrupted or infection is interrupted. So far 2 doses, Andreas confirms that 2 doses so far can guarantee total immunity? No, it depends on the vaccine. For some at the moment, 1 dose, but for what Cameroon has started with, Sinopharm and AstraZeneca, 2 doses are good to protect against severe forms. But to completely break the transmission cycle, a lot of research is still being done, and we await what the scientists will tell us. And Cameroonians are encouraged to continue visiting getting vaccinated so that we can attain a herd immunity to break the transmission cycle. Thank you so much, Dr. Andreas Sanjo, for all those explanations. We have always been saying, we are saying, and we will continue sensitizing Cameroonians that they should have themselves vaccinated in the different available vaccination centers in the 10 different regions of Cameroon. Back to you, Ben Menopufong.
Thank you very much, Baldwin Sama. And that's Baldwin Sama and his guest putting an end to this edition of the 7:30 News. Do take the rendezvous again with us tomorrow, 7:30. Goodbye.